As one of the most popular tourist destinations in the world, there is a lot to see and do in New York City. My wife and I visited Manhattan earlier this year with our 2 kiddos. Both are under the age of 2 years old. We found many ways to save money as a family. I'm excited to share with you today 22 money-saving tips that you can implement when traveling to New York City with the kiddos. But first, thank you so much for tuning in to my family's Be Singer Fire journey. In this channel, I share how to build financial health and ways to reach financial freedom and peace. I'd really like it if you could drop a like for this video and make sure to subscribe for more content to come. So let's jump right in with tip number 1, book your flights online. So as you may know, there are countless sites online fighting for the privilege to sell you your plane tickets. So take advantage of the competition and make sure to search around for the best deals. Kids under 2 years old can sit on your lap for free, so you don't have to pay for another seat. We did this exact thing with our 2 kids, and it ended up saving us a ton of money. You can also use a site like Skyscanner or Kayak, which allow you to compare prices across multiple airlines. It can turn out to be a huge mistake to even consider booking through a travel agency. You'll almost always save a ton of money by booking your flights directly with the airline. In addition, these travel sites are highly competitive, and they'll do whatever it takes to get your business, so take advantage of that. Number 2 is ask the hotel for a free pack and play or crib. One of the first things we considered when traveling to New York City was where our kids would even sleep at night. If your kids are old enough to sleep in a bed, that's great. If not, don't forget to call your hotel in advance to secure a pack and play or crib. So our hotel was able to provide us with a pack and play and a crib just free of charge. So remember to call in advance with your hotel to ensure availability and that it's actually free. We did this at the very beginning of our booking hotel ticket process, so we would not have to cancel tickets or pay for a pack and play or crib. Number 3, find local parks or splash pads. One of the best activities was visiting local parks and splash pads. For example, there is a super fun park with water features right next to Chinatown. Our son had a blast hanging out with other kids and playing around in the water. We also found other splash pads and parks essentially everywhere we went. Having this break time makes vacation time very relaxing and is no burden at all to your wallet. Number 4, call the airline in advance to secure a free bassinet. We took a red-eye flight to help the kids sleep on our way to New York. But we made the mistake of not calling our airline early enough in the process to secure an in-flight bassinet. This is an amenity for families traveling with babies, and it's fantastic. Plus, it would have been free with the airline we were taking. Unfortunately, we did not call enough in advance, but this is an excellent tip for those traveling with babies. Just make sure to call sooner than later and check the availability with your airline. Money-saving tip number 5. Travel during the right time of the year. If possible, avoid traveling to New York City during peak tourist season, which runs from June to August. Not only will you have to deal with larger crowds, but prices for everything from hotels to Broadway tickets will be at their highest. Instead, aim for a month like May or September. You'll still be able to enjoy all the best that New York City has to offer, but without those crowds and high prices. Also, it's important to remember that New York is a great destination year-round. So don't be afraid to travel during the winter months. Christmas time in New York City is especially magical with the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree and all the holiday window displays. Just be sure to pack your warmest clothes. Money-saving tip number 6, stay in a hotel outside of Manhattan. Manhattan is more the most popular place for tourism, but is also the most expensive. If you want to save some money on your hotel, consider staying in one of the other boroughs like Brooklyn or Queens. You'll still be close enough to all the action, but you'll find better hotel deals. The price difference could be up to $100 or hundreds of dollars per night, so it's definitely worth considering when on a budget. Plus, staying in a less touristy location will give you more of an authentic New York experience. Tip number 7, consider getting the New York City Pass. The New York City City Pass is a great way to save money on some of the city's most popular attractions. For one low price, you'll get admission to many attractions such as the Empire State Building, the American Museum of Natural History, and the Statue of Liberty. If you're planning on doing a lot of sightseeing, the City Pass can easily save you over $100. It's definitely worth considering if you want to save some extra money for your trip. Not to mention, you'll have so much fun by purchasing the pass and getting access to some of the most famous attractions in the city. Money-saving tip number 8, use public transportation. Taxis are definitely the most convenient way around New York City, but they also are the most expensive. If you're looking to save some money, we recommend using the city's extensive public transportation system instead. For example, their subway is the cheapest way to get around and is much easier to use than you might think. Just be sure to buy a Metro card in advance, which you can do at any subway station. So while we were on our trip, we also found that it was quite challenging to find a subway entrance with a wheelchair or stroller access without taking it down. So if you're traveling with a stroller, try going to a larger subway station or run down the stairs first to see if there is access. Money saving tip number 9, eat like the locals. One of the best things about New York City is the food, but it can also be one of the most expensive parts of your trip. So if you want to save some money, we recommend avoiding tourist traps and eating like a local instead. There are countless great restaurants all around the city, so do some research in advance and find some places that look promising. You can also reach out to your hotel staff for some recommendations. When looking for food, Yelp always comes in handy to find restaurants that fit your budget and taste. And don't forget to take advantage of the many food carts around the city. They're a great way to get a quick and cheap bite to eat. Money saving tip number 10, buy Broadway tickets in advance. You can often find excellent deals on sites like Broadway Box or Playbill. If you wait until you're in New York City to buy your tickets, you'll likely have to pay full price. And if you really want to see a popular show, you might not even be able to get tickets at all. Depending on the age of your kids, they might also be eligible for discounts or even free tickets. Check out the TKTS booth in Times Square for more information. Tip number 11, skip the taxi and take the train from the airport. It's tempting to take a taxi from the airport to your hotel, but it's actually much cheaper to take the train. The air train is a quick and easy way to get from JFK or Newark Airport into the city, and it only costs a few dollars. When we landed in the JFK airport, we used the air train, then the subway to get to our hotel. Taking the train is incredibly convenient if you're staying in the Brooklyn or Queens area, since you can avoid Manhattan's high prices and traffic. Tip number 12, use coupons and discounts. Many great coupons and discounts are available for New York City attractions, restaurants, and much, much more. You can often find these in the visitor's guide at your hotel or in the various tourist brochures around the city. You can also find many of these discounts online, so be sure to do some research in advance. In addition, sites like Groupon and Living Social often have great deals on New York City attractions and activities. Tip number 13, consider eating at least one meal per day as a picnic. If the weather is nice and looking good, you can buy food at a local grocery store or deli and have a picnic in one of the city's many parks. This is a great way to save money on food and also is a lot of fun with the family. Plus, it's an excellent opportunity to slow down and enjoy the city at a more leisurely pace. Some picnic food ideas include sandwiches, salads, fruit, snacks, and drinks. Simplicity is key here. Even a loaf of bread and some peanut butter will work in a pinch. Throw in some fruit and you've got an enjoyable meal. Eating sandwiches in the park may not seem glamorous, but it's a great way to save money and still have a good time with your kids. Remember, you're there to make memories and not eat the most expensive food. Money saving tip number 14. Use your hotel's amenities. Many hotels have pools, gyms, laundry facilities, and many more things that you can use for free or for a very small fee. Let's say your hotel has a pool or gym. Take advantage of that. It can be a great way to get some exercise in, have fun, and save money all at the same time. Of course, if you're unsure what your hotel offers, just ask the front desk. They'll be more than happy to tell you about all the great amenities available to you. Tip number 15, eat the complimentary breakfast if your hotel offers it. Nowadays, it's hard to find a hotel that gives you 3 square meals a day at a reasonable price, but some hotels offer complimentary breakfast. If your hotel offers this, take advantage of it. Depending on your family size, you could save $50 per day just by eating breakfast at your hotel. That's a significant amount of money that you can put towards other activities or attractions or savings. It doesn't sound like much, but if you can save even a few $100s during your vacation, you might be able to stay a day longer too. That's a whole nother day of enjoying everything New York City has to offer. Money saving tip number 16, plan your days in advance. You don't want to plan your day when you wake up in the morning because you'll likely end up wasting time and money. These are precious resources. Instead, plan these days in advance to make the most of your time and money. Many great resources are available to help you plan your days out. There are many great resources available to you online to help you plan out your days. Time Out New York is a great site with tons of information on things to do in the city. You can also find a lot of great information in the various guides, visitor guides that are available. Many of these guides also have coupons and discounts that you can take advantage of. Money saving tip number 17. Buy refillable water bottles and use them. We all know how expensive water can be, especially in the city. A bottle of water at a convenience store can easily cost $3 or much more. Instead of buying water bottles every time you're feeling thirsty, buy a reusable water bottle and fill it up at one of your city's many water fountains. You can also stop by your hotel, or especially in the morning when waking up, to fill up your water bottle. This is a great way to save money and stay hydrated at the same time. Plus, it's much better for the environment. Tip number 18. Check out the souvenirs over in Chinatown. It's hard to leave New York City without getting some souvenirs for friends and family back home. While there are plenty of places to get souvenirs, Chinatown may be the best place to go. You'll find everything from t-shirts to keychains to traditional Chinese goods. The prices are also unbeatable. You can easily find souvenirs for a fraction of the price that you would pay elsewhere in the city. You can also grab a quick bite to eat in Chinatown. The food is delicious and it is very reasonably priced as well. Tip number 19. See the Statue of Liberty for free. Yes, you heard that correctly. You can see the Statue of Liberty for free if you take the Staten Island ferry. The ferry ride is completely free, really. It takes you right past the Statue of Liberty. You can't get any closer than that without paying for a tour, so this is the next best thing. The ferry ride is about 25 minutes each way, so you have plenty of time to take in the sights. So make sure to bring your camera so you can snap some great photos. You'll want to cherish this memory for years to come. Alright, so here's money-saving tip number 20. Become an audience member at a live television show. If you have small kids, this may be out of the question. However, if you have older kids or teens, this can be a great activity. Being an audience member at a live television show is a great way to see some of your favorite celebrities up close and personal. Plus, it's a lot of fun. There are many great shows that tape in New York City, so you're sure to find one that your kids will enjoy. Just be sure to check the age requirements before you go. Money-saving tip number 21. Spend a day in Central Park. Central Park, we absolutely love it there. It is one of the most popular tourist attractions in New York City, and for very good reason. It's enormous and there is so much to see and do. You could easily spend an entire day in Central Park and not see everything still. There are playgrounds, ponds, gardens, activities, and so much more. So it's definitely a must-see attraction when you're in New York City. Money-saving tip number 22, cash is king. Having cash on hand when traveling in New York is beneficial for many reasons. For one, you'll be more conscious of how much money you're spending. There will be opportunities to bargain and talk people down when buying souvenirs or other items. Make sure to budget the amount of money you will be spending on the trip and bargain for the best deals using cash. Now, if you're a family on a tight budget, do not despair. There are plenty of great things that you can do in New York City without spending a ton of money. For many families, going to New York City is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. That said, you will want to make sure you make the most of it, creating lasting memories along the way. You do not need to spend an arm and a leg to have a great time as well. So use some of these tips and you'll definitely have a great time without breaking the bank. As you know, the most important thing is enjoying quality time as a family, building those relationships, and creating lasting memories. So what are some other ways that you save money on travel? Make sure to comment below and let us know. As always, please remember to like this video and subscribe to our journey where we share lots on family and finance. We'll see you next time.